Superdraft Collapses. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, because we don't have a builder collapsing today. We have an intermediary, a middleman in the drafting, house design sector and renovation sector, Superdraft. Now, a viewer sent me this letter they received just yesterday about, Superdraft going under. Administrators have been appointed. Now, this viewer's told me, they're not surprised. They've got some invoices that haven't got paid, sadly, and I hope they're not in too much of a hole from this mob. But how they work, it's funny that they reached out to me to sign up with them, which is strange. We don't really do a lot of residential work. We do more education, just bigger projects. A lot of volumetric modular stuff at the moment as well, even retail. Not really this sector, but they just want to get people signed up to it. And the idea is you go here and you get a free design quote. So I guess people bid for the jobs, designers, and you get a designer to design your fit out, your bathroom. They've got a whole heap of them here. Where is it? A whole bunch of people there, and they're just showing off. I'm not picking anyone at random. They're showing off their nice, beautiful designs. Nothing wrong with that. If you want to go bathroom design, this seems like a great way to find someone to do it. There seem to be a lot of interior designers here, and that may be a little different with regards to the liability. But I didn't understand how they could act as a middleman. So you've got an architect here, and a building designer, but how they could be the middleman and not take on the legal liability or responsibilities here. So it kind of confused me, their whole setup, their whole operation. But hey, as a way to find potential clients, why not? I don't blame people for doing it at all. I've heard nothing good about them as being an intermediary between you and the client. Unless you have a really good project manager, unless communication flows, it can cause problems. It really can. So, let's have a look at this here. We're writing to inform you with great disappointment and sadness that as of Monday, the 31st of October 22, ArchiX Proprietary Limited, trading as Superdraft, has been handed over to external administrators. Despite our best efforts, we've been unsuccessful in securing the capital required quickly enough to continue trading, and the directors have agreed that this was the right decision to make to prevent any further negative impact to our staff, partners, and customers. What's this thing running at a loss? All they are is a middleman. How much does it cost to run a website? I guess they have to have people, and you got to make phone calls, you got to talk to people, all this stuff. We understand that this will come as very unwelcome news for many of you, as this outcome will likely impact your business, which we sincerely apologize for. I know people who've been working, I think even one of Rachel's cousins uses these guys as an architect. She gets work from them. That'd suck if you've got a large proportion of your work coming from this one source. But then again, that's no different to when I had so much work coming from the mining sector, I had to try and get work from other sectors. That's just the danger. Superdraft started with a mission to solve problems within the Australian building industry. Okay. Our mission was to create a platform that made it easy and fun for homeowners and professionals to build on time and on budget. This included helping homeowners to match with the best suited professional and offer live, ready-to-go projects, not just leads, to professionals so they could spend more time on the tools. Everything is meant to free us up to design more and have more fun and do more creative things. I remember when I was a student talking to another architect, and he was saying, I'm doing Clarkitecture, just all the paperwork and stuff that you have to do just to keep a project moving, not even running a practice. He's going, the further up you get, the more Clarkitecture you do, the less real work that you do. Since Superdraft was founded in 2011, it's that old. So 10 years it's been going. 11 years. The founders have invested every single day and every ounce of focus and energy into building a platform that solved problems for the industry. The directors have never taken financial dividends and have continued to sacrifice lifestyle, time with family and friends, and have always been paid very low. Low salaries in an effort to financially support a platform that benefited industry professionals, customers, and staff to realize our vision. Shit. Well, that sucks. I mean, I'm assuming the goal, and this is completely just me guessing, pulling it out of thin air, the goal was to get it to a point where you could sell it. I mean, if you're building up a platform like this where you could sell it, that would be the goal, wouldn't it? Hopefully. I mean, you don't want to be sacrificing your life, sacrificing your lifestyle and your time with particularly family. Friends, you can see, good friends, you can go significant amounts of time without seeing them and catching up, and it's all good. But particularly if you have kids, there's a YouTuber, I think Phil Daly, a War Thunder YouTuber, and he just disappeared for 3 months because he spent time watching his kid grow up. That's that's a precious thing. You can only replicate it by having kids again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Like who would be crazy to do something like that? For those of you that aren't regulars, I have 6 children. So, unfortunately, like most businesses around the world, the past 2.5 years have been especially challenging for Superdraft, and the past 6 months in particular have been what you would describe as a perfect storm. Really? You think if any business would do well thanks to all the government stimulus, the government coming to the rescue and see the housing market that they juiced up, the renovation market that was juiced up with Home Builder, you think it would be a platform that sits between designers and clients. You think it will be a middleman. Shouldn't they be raking it in? In April, the building market and many other markets began a rapid decline. Really? We're not seeing it in the stats. I mean, it depends who you talk to. It really does. Try and get some steel galvanized right now in Brisbane. You got no chance. You're waiting months because one of the factories is shut down for maintenance. But still, it's crazy out there. I mean, let me know in the comments, guys. We've got a lot of people in the construction sector who watch the channel. What's it like? What's your pipeline like? That's kind of what it is, isn't it? You got the quarter, 6 months, 12 months. You got to plan that far out. Homeowners have started to hold back. I guess this would be the renovation sector. So they probably went nuts. I wonder if they grew and overheated. That would be interesting. Homeowners have started to hold back on starting new renovations and began cancelling existing projects as well. Customers and businesses alike became increasingly concerned and were directly affected by the building supply shortages, skilled worker shortages, inflation, interest rate hikes, the war in Ukraine, and the federal election. I mean, come on, just add something else. They didn't mention the weather. Where's the weather? They didn't mention the weather. We've had crazy weather. Come on, lads. You're doing it wrong. They got the Ukraine war in there. All of these major negative events came at once, and Superdraft's revenue took a major hit. Our revenue for this year has been less than half of what was budgeted for. And for a large platform like ours, such major losses of revenue cannot be sustained for too long without investment to balance it. Okay, so they lost half their revenue in 1 year. See, I mean, all we've got here is what they're telling us. Was this because, like so many businesses, they shot up during COVID and then went back down? Everyone was locked down, and that was an artificial spike. Could that be what it is? So, this major and sudden loss of revenue has placed even more pressure on the company to raise capital to continue operations, to continue payments to partners, and to keep customer projects moving forward and staff employed. Now, partners are the people, the draftees. Shouldn't the payments be coming from the clients? They're acting the middleman, so they're screwing over their partners. I hope they will get paid. I hope the designers get paid for what they've done. How much you reckon they're going to get screwed? Private equity. Private equity investment market has also experienced a major downturn this year as a result of global events. I mean, there you go. Private equity investing in this type of stuff. Okay, I guess. I mean, help everyone with everything. Design, drafting, sustainable design, interior design, 3D visualizations, surveying, engineering, yeah. I guess it'll make it easy for someone who's got no experience. You've got people all over the country to do it. There's some negative reviews on Google, but that's, yeah. And none of this is their work. They're just middlemen. They're just middlemen. I mean, I wonder if these photos are even of any of the designs done for any of these projects. Can we see a pool fence in here? If you can't see a pool fence, it's probably an international job. I can't see it. Hang on. Is that a stock? You know what? Let's... How do we do a Google image search? How do I search images with Google Lens? Okay. Is that going to work? What's going on here? Let's see if this is a stock image. Maybe I'm just getting paranoid. There you go. This looks like a stock image, guys. This looks like a stock image, at least the ones at the top. Yeah, that's the same one. Come on. Times property. What about this one? Pool reno. Yeah. Anyway. We sincerely apologize for any stress or negative impact this event may cause you or your business. We hope that someone can carry on our vision and solve the industry's problems as we tried to. It's not an easy task. It must be done. Yours sincerely, from the office administrator, yes, Grant Thornton. So there you go, guys. Oh, they're Gold Coast based. They're Gold Coast based. So they're down at Varsity Lakes. So there we have it. Superdraft. Well, they've entered external administration, guys. Let's have a talk. I mean, it sucks if you're a business owner and you don't get paid. I'm fortunate in all my years of business. I've only had 2 people who haven't paid me. Only got stiffed twice. So it's not that bad. If I add it all up, probably only 30 grand. But, still, that's money. That's money that often, particularly if you've got staff, you've spent it already. You've spent the money. What I found quite stressful was when we'd have, we'd be working frantically on projects. The retail sector was notorious for that. They'd have such tight deadlines that get us to work all through the night, push, and they would pay when they felt like it. They'd pay slowly, and it really didn't make it worth it. You couldn't charge them interest on anything, and it's just part of the frustrations and challenges of running a business that so many Australians who think business bad, profits bad, have got no idea and no exposure to. I hope all the people that have been affected by this, good luck. What advice can I give if you're in this mess, particularly if you don't have the money? Hopefully ideally you've got reserves. Ideally this isn't a huge portion of your business. It may just be a portion of it, so you should be fine. But if it's a big chunk of your revenue and you've kind of owed money and not paid, the first thing I would suggest would be to do an emergency budget check. Go through all your bank statements, everything, find out where all your money is going, stop spending instantly, cancel every subscription that you can, really tighten the belt, and you need to get out there. You need to get additional money coming in real quick, whatever you can, sell whatever you can to build up some cash. Any little devices, electronic tools, Apple products are great for that. Just liquefy it all to have cash so you can pay your important bills, which is food and accommodation. But hopefully you're not at that point. But if you are, you may have to go through some shit times, but it's part of life. It builds character, and damn, it hardens you real quick. Anyway, guys, best of luck to everyone who's been affected by this. Let me know how you're going out there in the construction sector, and check out my other channels, HeiseBim and HeiseSays International, for other topics that I discuss. If you're a fan, you can support us financially on YouTube or Patreon using our referral links, buying our pocket squares, or calling us if you need an architect. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode of Heise Says. And thank you very much to the viewer who forwarded me this email. I hope you haven't lost too much, mate, because it's gonna be a mission getting anything paid back, isn't it? I mean, if they're running on equity to run a website, Damn.